Sorry, it's March 17th, and let's get to it. The basics of. Alright, so today, like I said, or sorry, if you've seen the notifications, today is on creature control and effective power. For the most part, this is how good you are at removing opponent's creatures without fighting, and then how big are your creatures, and that's pretty much it. A lot of it, it's partly how big are your creatures and partly how sticky are your creatures. We look at the SAS. Actually, hold on, I can write things down. All right, so yeah, we got creature control. Oh my god. Creature control is creature removal. This is things like board wipes, and targeted removal. Flying man behind my head. Targeted removal. Like Positron Bolt or Twin Bolt, Gongoozle, Festering Touch in a way, or yeah, Gateway to Disc, and those kinds of things. That all contributes to creature control stat. A deck that's high in creature control obviously it depends. Board wipes get a lot of value in SAS for creature control, I believe. So if you see higher creature control decks, they tend to have a couple board wipes in them, and the lower creature control stats will be lower creature control stat decks will be more reliant on creatures that fight and or like their little 1s and 2s, the targeted removal stuff. Can take a quick look over here. So today, for the first time ever in our SAS series, or in the SAS series, the Unpublished Quantum actually fits one of these decks. It is, so I like these little, what are they called? Pentagram charts, or I guess polynomial charts or graphs, whatever. High creature power, high creature control, top percentages on both the things that we're talking about today, which gives it 13 creature control and 121 effective power. Coward's End is one of our board wipes. Creature control worth 2 points of creature control versus, let's say, Positron Bolt is worth 1.5. So it is worth a significant amount more. Yeah. It's worth a significant amount more, and this is mostly, well, it does do a better job describing how many creatures it's going to destroy. It doesn't accurately describe how much board presence you're gaining from it. So something to be careful of. You're gonna have to use your own judgment when looking at your decks to figure out, what does this board wipe actually do in my deck? It's going to clear the board, right? At least in this case, Coward's End is going to clear the board, or in another case, a different deck we're going to talk about today, these red alerts, also worth apparently more creature control. Even though I feel like they can't rely on them nearly as much. So red alerts are one-sided board wipes. So they're, so ideally they're one-sided board wipes, but there's a very real chance that the red alerts are not going to clear the board. If you're ahead, they don't do anything. If you are at parity, they also don't do anything. They only really can pick off maybe 1 or 2 small creatures, which are generally important to be able to pick off. But they're definitely not going to do. They're not going to remove Saurians from the board. It's very difficult to do something other than like kill their Redder Golems or their Questor Droids with these. Versus a Coward's End, which you like, oh, this board is out of control. Even my big Robinar guys, it's going to take too much effort to murder. Coward's End is definitely going to do the job most of the time for you. So, like I said, the creature control number doesn't necessarily tell you what these board wipes are going to do in your deck. They just tell you that they're going to murder all the opponent's creatures. How much of the opponent's creatures can you expect to murder? Yeah. So that's what that's what this number is all about, the creature control here. And yeah, I think it might be a little bit more accurate to the off of like positron bolt and stuff like that. In this case, Coward's End, as we've seen before, most of the time we're just going to discard it because we just have more creatures and it's not worth it. And our big bulky Brobnar dudes and our extra fight effects generally do the like Fire Spitter and Geiger Chieftain do a lot of the board control work that we need without the Coward's End. Also, the Lost in the Woods here are also really good board control options. And that's that. Let's say about board control, or creature control, sorry. Let's use their terminology. So aside from that, so then number 2, we're going to talk about effective power. Oh boy. I'm just going to abbreviate it here because no one wants to watch me write forever. Effective power, this is mostly from just like you take your creature power, you sum up all your creature's power. Let's use more Greek terminology, sum of creature power. Plus armor. And then plus whatever else SAS feels like giving you. SAS bonuses. Sorry, it's more like Team SAS. Bonus. This could be things like wards. I imagine that the troll, like, healing abilities. Like, troll probably has some extra effective power on it because it's extra sticky. They said that, like, assault and has an elusive, just anything that helps keep your creature on the board or survive fights better gives your creature more effective power. They just tried to be like, well, how many points of power is elusive worth? And that's it, period. If it's worth 2 extra points, and then there's 5, then what's it called card? What is its name? Kulf the Quiet, that's the one. This creature, Kulf the Quiet, 6 power elusive creature. If it's worth 2 points of power, then according to them, I guess elusive to them is worth sorry, I forgot about the last step that they do to calculate. And you take all of this stuff and you divide it by 10. That's the wrong way. Yeah, I'll figure this out. So according to this, Kulf the Quiet has 6 power, and then the elusive on it is worth an extra 3 points, bringing it up to 9. And then they divide by 10 to give you, so like, obviously, to divide by 10 to give you 0.9. So obviously, if we look back at the published quantum, it has an effective power of 121. That is because this doesn't have the divide by 10 number. If they, so all these numbers and stats that we've been looking at least in this section, or these, what is that, 6, 10, these 10 numbers right here, all get summed together, and that gives you this base AERC number, I believe. AERC used to stand for Amber Control, Amber Control, Expected Amber, Artifact Removal, and Creature Control. So these gold ones up here, or these, and then they added in these extra numbers over here. And so when you mouse over a card like this, you can see like Key Charge here is worth some extra AER, is worth Amber Protection, and it says your total AERC is worth 2 points. So this card Key Charge in this deck is contributing 2 points towards this base AERC number. Maybe I could be wrong. I'm not sure when and where the synergy gets added in. So they changed the system a little bit. So at the very least, you're getting at least 2 points towards your base SAS score from this Key Charge here. If you just mouse over, it kind of shows you. And that is Amber Protection, which is not part of this AERC. They just kept it because people are used to calling it AERC, and they didn't want to come up with a new acronym that uses all 10 of these letters. Anyways, I got off topic. So yeah, they clearly aren't adding 121 points in the SAS, or the effective power of a deck would be totally skewed by how big your creatures were, and that is why they divide everything by 10 in this category. I guess 10 points of effect. So one of the major SAS updates that happened a while ago. This is an online school. Sorry. So yeah, we're doing online classes. That is why we're here. Or yeah, so totally no problem. Check me out on Zoom. I think that's the big one that everyone's using. You can definitely find me there for sure. I submit my application the other day. We're gonna teach Keyforge to everybody soon. But yeah, thank you for coming. PS4 Overwatch series. I should watch more Overwatch. I used to be into that, but I'm a bunch better at card games than FPS, and that's my big secret. But yeah, that's how SAS works. Oh yeah, they made a big change to SAS a while ago, and the whole goal of the SAS number here, or at least the base arc, is they try to change all the numbers open to university Keyforge degree. Perfect. I will send that out ASAP, or once we finish, obviously. The burger tokens number works. Those are the most accurate evaluations you could ever find in the entire world. Or all burger tokens? Sorry, I forgot. Let me go over to burger tokens. I'm not sure if I've been there recent enough that my computer remembers. Burger tokens. Alright, let's just Google it. You guys get to go on an adventure with me. Keyforge deck analyzer. Alright, let's pull in the unpublished quantum so we can compare the two. Take a AOA analysis is live. I'm not sure if they've updated things. So you guys haven't. Let's see. I'll help you out a little bit. All right, so burger tokens was sorry. Let's start here. Back at SAS. SAS is a team. All right, so there is a team in Keyforge called SAS. And this whole SAS project was mostly started by one guy, Nathan or Corey. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his actual name is Nathan. He goes by Corey Thran on the internet. And then all these expected amber and potential amber control things are just like these numbers that he, in his own system, associates with it. So clearly, let's see. A good example here is this hunting witch. It doesn't have any bonus amber on it. But according to Nathan and Team Seth, it has an expected amber value in this deck of generating. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry. Enhancements are coming. Sweetness. Yeah, so it's United Archons. Hey, I think that's Jupiter. You go buy United Archons now? Anyways, the expected amber value is Nathan or Team Sass's guess on how much amber is going to be generated here in this deck by Hunting Witch in any given game. So there's a lot of subjectivity and guesstimates about there's a lot of subjectivity and guesstimates about how much these actually do. Versus burger tokens over here decided to take a much more objective route, and for the most part, they just here's what you got. There's 26 creatures in this deck, and there's 10 actions. And like here's a comparison. Here's the bell curves for each of these kind of stats that they're giving us compared to the global rest of the world. 26 creatures is way on the top end, as we're pretty well aware. Here's all the cards with bonus amber. Not gonna tell them how much amber we expect to gain out of our cards, but these are the cards that gain amber. These are the cards that can gain amber that don't have bonus amber on them. Or maybe it's actually this might be cards that have the potential of gaining more than 1 amber. But they're not gonna tell me how much amber I should totally expect to gain out of this deck. These are just cards. If you look at how many cards that do this thing, you can expect if you have a lot of cards in the Amber Burst category, you can expect a lot of your deck to burst more, versus if your deck is as just high in generic amber, then you can expect your deck to gradually build up amber. I think might be one of the interpretations. They're trying their best to not interpret your deck for you. Just here's the raw stats and do your best to figure it out for yourself. That's what Burger Tokens does. Here's the cards that let you use play cards out of house or use creatures that don't belong to the active house. Cards that amber control, so stealing, loss, just they separate it here versus SAS, which will tries to group it all together. That's why capture is worth 0.5 and 0.5 amber control versus loss and stealing are both worth 1. Here's removal, multi-target removal. So that's a little bit of what we were talking about earlier. Although they did group Coward's End and Positron Bolt together. They did smashes separated. Key cheating, artifact removal, turn control. This probably things like control the weak, restrain Guntis, those kind of cards. This is actually the score I thought you were talking about. PS4 Overwatch. This is the best and most accurate Keyforge score. As we know, the Unfettered Quantum is the best deck. It is the #1 deck in the world. It has never lost. 100% true. Yeah, so there you go. Verifiable proof that you're watching the best deck ever. Don't trust any other number except for the Burger Token score number right here. Yeah, so that's what Burger Tokens are. It's been a long time since I used them, mostly because the SAS website and does all this filtering and stuff, and it makes it a little bit easier for me to find my decks that meet the requirements, especially today, or these kind of classes that I've been doing. If I wanted to find a deck in Burger Token, using the Burger Token thing to be like, oh well, which one has the most creature removal, which is kind of what we're doing today, I would have to manually record every deck in my collection and figure it out. I mean, I could guess, but for the most part, if I were to try and do that, I would start here and then use Burger Tokens to verify that's true. But at that point, I think SAS and Burger Tokens are close enough to SAS's accuracy to the objectivity of Burger Tokens is close enough that it's not worth the time or effort to go do that. But yes, Burger Tokens is a great place if you just want to know what are the numbers and I don't want to get like some amount of subjectivity into my cards, into my deck evaluation, just do it all on my own. Burger Tokens is a great place to go there and do that. And yeah, so that's what we have for today. We've got that is my spiel on. Oh, right, I forgot. I got a lot of Keyforge decks recently. So I'm pretty sure at least this month, the end of this month, I'm gonna give out a deck for every week of class. That if anyone out there wants to send me a clip of a misplay that I made while I'm doing the Keyforge class, I will give out a deck for every week where you found the biggest misplay. If multiple people submit the same clip, then I will raffle off between those people. For the most part, I just really want to heavily emphasize I'm fallible. You guys, this is class. Critical thinking is very important in Keyforge. I would like to get better. I'm doing my best to help you guys get better, and one of the best ways to get better is to find your mistakes and to recognize them and try and figure out how to improve it and not make those mistakes again. So to that effort, I'm gonna pay you guys to help me find my mistakes. So yeah, clip them on Twitch, or once this gets over to YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, just find me, tweet at me with a clip, or find me on any of the Discords that I'm in. For the most part, I'd prefer if you go to the Reap Out Discord because they're on my team and I want to promote the Reap Out people. Send me the clip there, or send me on YouTube the link to the timestamp and a small description in both these cases of whatever you feel like. The biggest mistake, I don't care what it is. If you think that, oh, you should have done this and because of why, you could just send me the timestamp and leave it up to me to figure out if I think it's obviously up to my choice of whether or not I think it's a big misplay or not. It's something I could do about it if there's no objective way to figure out how much worse one of these things are than the rest. But you're more than welcome to give me any feedback you want. Be like, oh, you should have done the X because of Y is really helpful to begin with. I would also really appreciate you should have done X because of Y, and then you could have done Z. You could do Z in the future to help prevent yourself from doing it again. That's the whole goal, is everyone to be a little bit more critical of themselves, try to recognize these mistakes that we're making and how we can fix them in the future. Hopefully, I would, ideally one day in the future, maybe I'll just compile all this and all the advice together, and I'll make just probably a YouTube video at that point and be like, all right, here's a month or 2 months or a quarter of Keyforge class, and here's all the mistakes I've made, and here's what we as a class have come together to decide on how to best fix these issues. So that's the plan. I have the decks to back them up. I will contact you at the end of the month. So we're in week 3 right now. This is the beginning of week 3. 2 more weeks of this. There's 2 weeks available for decks right now. And mostly this month-long thing is because I need to put this up on YouTube to give people on YouTube that don't watch Twitch a chance. But yeah, I really appreciate the help. I think this is a good way for us to be a little bit more critical and more than just like, oh yeah, this guy's kind of talking in the background a little bit. I would like to get better. Saying whatever that, and yeah, so that's part of what these are for. And with that, we're gonna play some games and watch me make some mistakes. All right, let's go over to here. And a normal Keyforge class tradition, we're gonna, ooh, wow, I grabbed the wrong thing. Keyforge class tradition, we're going to start with the unpublished quantum. Yeah, that's the wrong, I'm gonna do this. One's locked. Alright, we're gonna beat up this person. F11 is, yes, F11 is indeed a thing, I agree. I just don't, I'm using a TV as a monitor, and so I actually just have, I'm just capturing the window, and this is about the right size for it to fit over here to the way I like it. And lets me keep my chat on the same monitor that I'm looking at everything. If I F11, I can't see the chat at the same time, and then I get lost and miss stuff. But yes, I used to do that, and maybe one day I'll find a better solution, but for now I kind of like it is. Don't make, I could just lock stuff. Anyways, what are we doing for this hand? This hand looks not too impressive, but it also isn't, it's doesn't have it, it only has key charts as a card that I don't want right away, and I would be pretty okay with most of this start. I guess I'll keep. We're going to start with what do I want to start with? I'm gonna start with Untamed. I'm gonna pick a big twig just because let's try and focus on board control stuff today. So good board control card. We could get rid of this key charge and play the Dust Pixie on our next turn. Quicksilver kind of could have done the same thing. I don't. They are playing Worlds Collide, so this. I'm hoping that this whatchamacallit, Logos is going to pay off. So the Desania will hopefully pay off if they start archiving cards. We're going to go with Untamed. We will Reap. We'll stun the Stiltkin. And we'll discard this key charge. And there we go. So yeah, that's my plan here. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to go Logos. I'm really hoping that their Logos had some archiving and we get a little bit of value here. And the same thing with this Bumpsy, there's value to be gained by waiting for them to gain Amber. Into the night, no fighting, they play Bren, that's fine. We don't have any Hazardous in this deck, so not too worried about that Bren. That Bren's only going to die pretty much when we want it to. We're going to Logos. These Quixos are too valuable to not play at this point. we can get them out. Get to reap for a whole lot. Yeah, so we're building up our board. We've got some good creature control through the Quixo, although I guess, yeah, here's the logos. I guess the skirmish is probably giving Quixos a plus effective power instead of creature control, which is fine. It's whatever. At the end of the day, they both are stats, so in my mind, creature control and effective power are in the same like category, same spectrum, kind of grouping at the very least. Just like disruption and efficiency are kind of tied together, and expected amber and amber control are kind of tied together. There's these groupings in SAS. There's a lot of it feels like they picked one expected amber and they're like, okay, what's its opposite? And that's amber control. Oh, cool, they swirled their own Bren. That's interesting. Nothing I could do about that. In that case, what do I want to do? Untamed is still not the best here. Put out the fire spitter. So cards plus board says logos. Although we don't want to play this Titan mechanic because we don't want them to forge cheaper. We could go into Brobnar here, or we could just hopefully draw some cards. We need to get this Quant off the board anyways. So Smash does about the same thing as a Quixo fight. And Bumpsy is gonna at least get something out. That's probably fine. Hopefully we can draw into War Drummer and start getting double up on some of these effects soon. So we'll stun here. I'm also making sure, because we're playing against Worlds Collide and particular Worlds Collide logos, we need to try to play around mini group think tank. So gotta make sure our creatures stay separated from each other. So that's part of the reason I don't have too much. I guess you should be thinking more about which creature I'm leaving on the flank. You think draw those cards? I can see drawing those cards. I just don't want to lose a creature if I don't have to. Yeah, I could have drawn some cards I could have reaped. Alright, so we're in Stilkin, and then Stilkin fights and blows up a bunch of stuff. Probably shouldn't let that live as long as I did. It's okay. Not a big deal. They killed a Quixo. That's fine. Did a little bit of damage to a Fire Spitter. Berserker slammed the Fire Spitter. They are quite far ahead, but we will prevail. Let's see, what do we actually want to do here? Positron Bolt could do some work. 3, 2, 1, and then reap and fight. Titan mechanic. Brobnar can not do too much. It's got some fighting in it. Calphine is before fight. Doesn't quite do too much. We go 3, 2, 1 this way. This Stiltkin is not gonna die. Quixo plus 2 is 5. That's actually enough to kill it. So if that's the case, oh wait, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can use Positron Bolt to get 2 points of damage on Igor plus 2 points of damage on Stiltkin, and I don't see a way to do that. We could, yeah. I don't really want to go into Untamed until we get some more creatures, but not sure if we're gonna get more. I'm gonna go Logos. Could be wrong. Gonna fight here. Through Coward's End. A little unfortunate. I'm not gonna play around Coward's End and like Positron Bolt my side of the board. I don't think they're gonna go Brobnar again, so maybe I can let this Calphine hang out for a turn. We will play Titan mechanic on this left-hand side. And there's our library access. How are we doing? So we're not quite doing the best, but this deck needs a little bit of time to get set up, get creatures on the board, start reaping a whole bunch. Ideally, we want to try and get us in a situation with some creatures plus a hunting witch. We might be able to do that. Cool. What'd they do? Oh wow, Subtle Chain hit our hunting witch. Okay, well that gets rid of one of our plans. They are really going off, aren't they? But Subtle Chain, nope, that's just one Subtle Chain. Okay. Plays Chain Gang, plays Subtle Chain. Use Subtle Chain. Oh, they did play 2 Subtle Chains. Oh wow, that's gross. Okay. Well, that's real unfortunate for us. It's not elusive, so we have plenty of opportunity to get rid of it. We do need to get rid of this Titan mechanic at this point. We're just so far behind. Lost in the Woods seems like the best way to go about that. We really don't want to Lost in the Woods the Chain Gang. Big Twig can probably take care of the Chain Gang. So I guess I'll do that. And it'll give us an opportunity to hopefully hit on Bumpsy and Dysania again. Or no, we need to put back the Titan mechanic. Or I can click the wrong button. Yep, I can click the wrong button. That's fine. We'll just have to live with that mistake. Yeah, clip it. Okay, so what else do we care about? In this case, I guess this one can fight the Umbra. Actually, yeah, we're gonna fight the Umbra here and reap with this one. Yeah, we'll end our turn. That's real unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not sure how to deal with that. Okay, so we got a Prawn Monkeys, which is going to be okay. It will get rid of these 2. It will kill our Dysania, unfortunately, but at least we don't need to Lost in the Woods the Titan mechanic away. Fine raising. Plus Shorty. Yep. Thank you. That misclicks are something to fear. What's going on? Calfian fights, that's fine. What's the best way? Thank you for the misclick. So what do we want to do here? Gonna go with Untamed. Look at me clicking correctly. Reap, done here. Play this Lost in the Woods. We're going to return both of our play effect creatures, and I guess return both their stunned creatures, because we don't want to return the Igor if we can help it. Play this guy, gain some amber. I'm gonna play the monkeys. I guess I could have surrounded the Titan mechanic, but we should have plenty of opportunity to do so in this deck. Customs office. Hawk, they're just racing. Jeez. More Subtle Chains. Yeah, I guess that's about right because they got shuffled in. Well, at least they're not hitting our Logos cards at this point. Logos. I'm gonna play library access. Titan mechanic. Oh, I think pretty much this is it, unless we hit a phase shift here. Nope, didn't get there. Well, that was real quick. Yeah, our only out there was phase shift into Bumpsy for the most part. which was possible. Or I guess wild wormhole. Oh, missed that one. And missed that one. Alright, didn't miss that one. Although, unlikely. Select deck. Yeah, the deck was fast. Oops. Deck is not good against that kind of stuff. Not definitely expecting more more back and forth, but they just kind of went for it, didn't they? But yeah, that's unpublished quantum in a nutshell. 50D. Probably should just not get my hopes up in that one. Start my own game pretty much at this point. Or there we go. We're not about winning, we're just about learning. What could I have done better? A, not misclick, that would have helped. B, I'm not sure. That's that was the biggest thing, obviously. Good catch. Maybe the keep wasn't very good. We're going second. Cards that I like in this hand. Smash was probably okay. Phase shift. More worlds collide. Not a lot. Probably not a lot of arcading, so I don't expect this Designia to do a whole lot. I do like this. Our logos start could lead into a good Untamed start because we have 2 play effects in our hand. So we could potentially have a good amount of creature board control early on and stacking our deck with things that we want later. Alright, they choose Saurian. Rex. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we're gonna go logos, we're gonna go with this plan. We're gonna phase shift out to Smash. We'll stun Rex. I don't expect them to be able to use Rex next turn. I'm pretty sure they're hoping to use Rex. And then our Lost in the Woods here are going to make sure Rex goes away for a good amount of time. And then we'll have these big twig backups. So yeah, things are looking good right now. Alright, Axiom. I guess they are really dedicated to making sure we don't get rid of this Rex. I think that might have been the plan. Although we couldn't fight it if we wanted to. That Axiom seemed a little extra. We're just going to go ahead and Lost in the Woods literally everything. We'll play out this monkeys before anything else. And I'm going to put my big twigs on the flank here. Actually, they don't have mini group think tank, so never mind. Actually, on the flanks... Yeah, on the flanks protects us from Berserker Slam at this point. I was thinking about Gengar Chieftain, and I want to be able to fight with something if I do draw it and say I don't draw anything else. But at this point, I think Berserker Slam is something I'm a little bit more worried about than not missing a fight with the Piranha Monkeys. Nurse Soto with Kirby's Blaster. So thankfully they didn't get to Kirby. What do I want to do here? I do like the idea of Brobnar. Discard cards and fight with Fire Spitter and get a troll out there. What that does is it kills one of their creatures and it leaves the second one open up for Piranha Monkeys to get rid of. And this Dr. Driscoll will not have, will basically not gain any, hopefully not gain any value of its action ability. I'm going to do that. We're going to go Brobnar. And we're getting this Kirby's Blaster off the board. I do not want Blaster hopping happening at all. So I'm just going to do my best to not let that happen. Well, I don't know if they can do it in this deck. Yes, they definitely can. Ooh, Uncharted Lands. Cool, good for them. Oh, they opted to heal instead of getting the extra amber here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. We could just key charge here. Certainly could do that. We do need to get rid of, and that does stop Driscoll from, actually, yeah, Untamed seems like the best choice. Reap, stun, reap, and then, oh, my bad. I messed this up. I have to stun a creature here, so I should have done Big Twig, then Prawn Monkey, obviously. So I don't have to do this. Prawn Monkey is one I would least want to use. The question here, is it really worth it to key charge, or should I just assume that this is going to happen? I think I'll just key charge. I am losing an Amber to do that, but it is protecting us against I don't know what. This is definitely one of the things you should probably look for when you read your opponent's deck list. So Salt, stop creatures from reaping. They play another Axiom. That's weird. Oh, they warded the Piranha Monkeys. That's fine. I guess in this case I'm gonna go Brobnar. This Doctor Escutero might get more value later. We're still playing 3 cards, except for putting 3 creatures on the board. And this smash here can just smash the Piranha Monkeys again, so while we're losing a little bit of value, we're not losing too much value. They'll just keep putting on board pressure, and they'll just keep hopefully being sad that they're running out of axioms, essentially. Ragwar, okay. We're gonna go Brobnar here. Basically, we got good fights. We don't want Kirby's on the board, especially with the Uncharted lands. We're gonna reap, and play a Bumpsy. We're gonna try and protect life totals on the Crumps from the Ragwarg, mostly because there are only Amber control really in this deck. Oh, we do get a War Drummer. That's great. Kirby number 2 meets Crump number 2 in just a second. Surprised that they have more Starlines to go with. Fire Breathing. Okay, so big Kirby. 6 power Kirby. In that case, I'm just gonna fight the damage Crump into it. Transporter platform. Good on you. You get to gain 1 extra Amber. Cloaking Dongle. Interesting. I guess I gain 2 extra Amber. That's fine. I'll just go Brobnar again. I guess they get their Amber, but they're gonna lose. I'll fight twice. Cancel. We're gonna. Doesn't really matter. Fight with this Crump here. Fight with this Crump here. Reap. War Drummer. Play this creature on the right. Play this creature on the left. Play Smash. Alright, and continue to stun our monkey. And we'll just keep control of the board. Don't let them use this Uncharted lands. Minimize their effectiveness of their transporter platform. They must run out of Starlines cards eventually. Ooh, Rex is back. Oh no, different Rex. Cincinnati's Rex. Huh. And then they tributed. But they didn't do it as Shrix. I think at this point, I'm not really interested. If they, all right, I gotta check. They have a Golden Spiral. I don't see one, so I don't care. I don't care about this guy, honestly. So we're gonna go Logos, and actually we could Reap for 4. It doesn't sound like the worst plan. Saurus Rex wants to murder our board. That's 10 points. He can kill War Drummer and a Bumpsy and then Crump. And then Shrix gets to Reap 3 times. We still have a creature available to murder if we need to. Just put on the pressure. Quixos. I'm greedy. I'm just greedy. What do we have good hits? We don't have our phase shift. We have wild wormhole. We have a couple good hits. I'm gonna go logos. Greedy, maximum greed. Probably that was wrong. All right, here's all the Quixos. Okay, you need that phase shift for play this action. I guess we will go here, get some damage. Alright, so now I bet they wish they had their axioms again. I don't think their Cincinnatus Rex can do enough here. I guess there's a lot of small creatures to fight, and they get to reap a bunch of times with tricks. Hello. What are you talking about? Could you hear my phone? I'm sorry. The Berserker slammed an Archivist. That's fine. So they're in Brobnar, so they're definitely, so they're not, okay. Interesting. They're gonna fight a thing. Which will exalt it, and then we get to, then they get to reap with their Ganger Chieftain. They fought the Titan mechanic, interesting. Cool. Some people chat is talking about our opponent's deck. It looks nice. I like, not gonna complain about it. They're having a rough time dealing with us, but that's okay. We have 9 points of skirmish on the board. Yeah. I really want to go Untamed, but I also really want to. That's 3 Amber. So if I fight 3 times, that's 9 points of skirmish, draw 3 cards, gain the Amber back essentially. I'm pretty happy with that. Draw 3 cards. We're going to draw our Wild Wormhole. Interesting. Hopefully it's not our last card, so we get value out of it. Actually, no. We'll be okay. We'll probably be okay. There it is. In that case, we can Wild Wormhole now on the left. And now our Quixos here will cause our deck to shuffle. And what else do I care about? Not too much. We can reap here and end our turn. And yeah, so there we go. We got rid of the Saurus Rex, or sorry, Cincinnatus Rex. For no big loss, we gained a bunch of amber off of it. Pretty happy with that. Or no, we didn't. They attributed, I think, onto this one. So only one of that was exalted amber. So we gained back our amber for the most part. Question is now, on our following turn, we'll probably just pick Logos and draw a bunch of cards and reap a bunch of times. This does look really good. We could just go the all-for-one route and Hunting Witch and Dust Pixies. Although it's not quite as good as all-for-one's deck. It's the best that this deck is going to do. Gargantuan. Yeah, nope. I won't steal from you, I promise. I absolutely promise no stealing will happen. Decide to reap. Take some damage. Good. Great. Happy for this to happen. Do I care about them going into check? I don't think. I guess Crump here I could go Crump. Nope, I can't do anything about it. Crump can fight, not twice. Yeah, so I don't care. We're gonna forge a key. We're gonna go Untamed. I think is the right choice. Instead of fighting a bunch of times, it doesn't seem worth it when we could just gain 6 amber and have a Hunting Witch on the board. On the left, play this creature on the left. We're just gonna put everything on the left for the most part, because we want to leave creatures that can fight on the flank. And our Quixo is one of our better fighters. We don't forget to unstun The monkeys. Alright. Yes, opponent, please go ahead. Forward your key. Can you stop us at 10? They guess it could tribute's not enough. Alright, GG. Alright, cool. And that is the unpublished quantum, and that is that is kind of, this is, like I said, start of class. This is the best, or one of the better decks in my collection that are pretty maxed out on creature control and effective power. And that's pretty much what it looks like. Take over the board and eventually reap a whole bunch, and don't let your opponent get settled on the board. So what does this look like in other sets? Ooh, actually, hold on. Well, I don't know if the next deck on the list, oh, it is. Okay, I've played this deck before. This is a fun deck. We'll go over it in a second once I get back into another game. Let's see, we can go over to back to the blackboard, turn this on. Oh, damn it, I missed it. That's what I get for messing around with everything. That would have been a good one too. Anyways, there we go. C&P Nick. All right, so we've got W Jones, Magizar, the divining sensei, or the deceased sensei. Triumph, whatever. This is not exactly the most exciting thing. We're going second. I do like the cheekiness of hopefully our Tabbers survives and then we can use Order to use Tabbers, but I don't think that's not quite necessary. So we're gonna keep. I like 3. I don't really know this deck that well, but we get on the board, we get some taunt, we'll get some more taunt later. Get Triumph out of here. We'll get to it. Hopefully, if it is an end late game card, then we will. Okay. Just the Dust Pixie makes me feel like Tabbers is safer. They might be trying Nature's Call nonsense, but the stealth mode would be helpful. Are they doing that? They do have a Nature's Call. This is their only Dust Pixie. They don't have the Hunting Witch. So, maybe I think I'll go with the original plan. I guess I can, or they do have Nature's Call. I'm not sure if I choose to Exalt here. No, I'm going to choose not to Exalt. I just don't want to give them free Amber. I think the Exalting, getting extra Reapin is probably worth it if it like helps me get to check and I make them have to have it. Like I said, we don't. These board control decks don't really need to, board control decks don't really need to rush Amber right away. We just want to get on the board. We don't want to be weak to board control, so I think that's something to probably be aware of, is not to get blown out. Our Amber control is probably not that high either. Yeah, super low. We don't. Our best source of it is really this graft. So try not to. Sweet. Good thing we didn't play the Tabbers, and now look at this. We have so much room for Tabbers. Alright, we're gonna go Star Alliance. We're gonna play left, play right, stealth mode. We'll end our turn. And Star Alliance is going to start doing amazing stuff for us. I don't think they have the tools to deal with this turn. Yeah, so Tabbers is one of the best cards, best fight reap effects in the game. Probably more. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than a Witch. So they're going to 6 exactly. That's actually fine. we can go Starlights. Fabbers can fight here, which will let us use this Broxodon to fight here. And then we can reap with this one. Thinking Twin Bolt. It seems like I could put down the Titan Guardian. Actually, yeah, maybe Titan Guardian and protect more of these important stuffs. Cancel. We have to play it right now. This turn. Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna play this Drixel on the right, then I'm gonna play Titan Guardian on the right, and then I'll play Fingers on the right. And we will have a nice little taunt line set up here. So if they don't take care of this Broxodon this turn, we have Drixel here, which will start healing it and getting us some Amber. So that's going to force the issue. And hopefully, so that will open up this Tabers here to be attacked. So this Snufflegator can fight, then Mighty Tiger can fight. But I think that's okay. I think I'm happy losing. Well, I guess both of these Tabers will be available. But we should start being able to deploy a little bit more protection, like these Imperium and Cutthroat Research or whatever, you know what I mean. Twin Bolt and whatever can start helping us out a little bit more. Ooh, okay, Niflheim is a actual issue for us. It's gonna ignore all of our elusive and taunt. So that might have to be Twin Bolted plus fight it. That's what I'm thinking about. So if we're gonna fight it, we don't want to Twin Bolt it. Oh, they're just going Reap City. Okay. In that case, I will also go Reap City. Or action this one. Steal 1. Use this card's ability to heal 2 there. What do I want to do? I will reap with this one, which will let me use this Imperium, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to Imperium these 2 creatures. Oh yeah, and then we will reap here. I think I'm going to fight the monkey, so I can't get at my lion. It's okay. We have a huge delta essentially, and we'll just win over time if they choose not to deal with the board. And we're playing 2 extra cards a turn. If they keep picking Untamed, they're going to get stuck and not cycle through their deck. So I think we're still, as much as we're a little bit behind right now, that's basically what these board decks do. They fall a little bit behind, especially if your opponent's just going to rush Amber like Dust Pixies. They will find their Nature's Call eventually and disrupt this. But I think we're far enough ahead that we're not too worried about that, especially if they want to spend some of their Nature's Call returns on these play effects in their house. I guess there's something to be said for fighting with Titan Guardian to draw some extra cards, but I like the taunt a lot right now. So yeah. These Tabers, should nothing change, probably gonna be like a Twin Bolt. I wonder if the next, I guess if nothing changes, oh, okay, stuff did change, Gateway. Cool, we got to draw some extra cards. That's fine by me. We did lose a lot, but not too bad. I'll be happy to play Titan Guardian and Quant next turn. Ooh, Ember Imp. Okay, so we're gonna forge a red key. Oh, and they control the weak. We have to pick Saurian. Alright. So we're gonna play this O deck. We only have 2 Saurian cards. No more stealing. And we will ward our creatures, and that's our turn. Hopefully they don't have a Shadow Self. then we're gonna be in rough. It's gonna be a rough situation for us if they have Shadow Self here. I guess we will still continue to play 2 cards. Sabers will fight the Shadow Self, and then Odak will fight the Shadow Self, which will let us. We'll still get to play Kirkar here to defend the Tabers. And Plasma Nozzle will probably actually go down to help kill the Shadow Self. Interesting. Cooperative Hunting to. Should have killed both of our wards with that Cooperative Hunting. Alright, so then we're going to do the turn we wanted. It's going to be Logos, right? Before fight, deal 2 damage to the attack creature and splash 2. I still like Logos. It's going to do the same thing pretty much. No, it's about our opponent can't learn unless we can send the clip to them. If you can prove that you're sending the clip to them, actually let's not do that. I don't want. Some people don't like criticism unless they're asking for it. So let's not go down that route. Just in case. Exactly. I don't want this to be a source of people saying harassment. Well, you might have the best intentions, and we're happy to help anyone that wants to learn. There's something about trying to force information on people that don't want it. All right, so how do we deal with this? Plasma Nozzle is going to deal with this. So we're going to forge our blue key. We're going to go Star Alliance. Huh. Okay, so elusive? That's fine. Great. We're going to play this Plasma Nozzle. I don't really want to put it on the Quixo or the Tabers here, but I would like to use its Reap effect. I'd like to Reap with it this turn, and not just use it to fight. So I'm going to do that. We're going to fight the Carlo Phantom. Will let us play Tau Tau Vapors. Card draw. So we're gonna archive. Probably the least useful card. Actually, that would be really good with Tabers. What do I care? Get him. I guess I'll get rid of the Logos card. I don't see us calling. Hopefully, we'll stack up a good Saurian turn coming up. See. Cancel. Actually, we'll play this creature on the right, and then we'll play Medic on the right, and we will ward Odak. Yeah, we'll ward Odak. They have shadows. We don't want them stealing from us. I think Medic might be fairly safe. They're having a lot of trouble just getting rid of the Tabers here. Although I guess we don't have a lot of Amber to steal, so maybe it would have been better to ward the Medic at this case, this turn, and then next turn ward the Odak. Something I probably should have considered there. I know one of my decks that I've played, I think last week, played it in an adaptive Prime Championship, and there is one game where my opponent played an Odak, and I was like, oh, that's right, this deck only steals. And that was a eye-opener for me for how important it is to have Odak in certain matchups. So I might be overvaluing it here because of that. Master Theory doesn't do anything. Craft doesn't do anything. I mean, so this Failing Strike is going to kill that Stealer of Souls. Question is, do I just keep going? I think I play it. There's enough Saurian here that I can justify just going Saurian. No, thank you. So I'm gonna put the Scutum. I'll put the I think I'm just gonna max out on Tabers. Actually, I know they really want to kill Tabers, but I don't think they're gonna have the ability to kill Tabers. Although I did want to exalt, use a failing strike to exalt here and get more on Tabers. I don't want to lose any of these creatures for that. Our taunt is too important, I think. Maybe I could have killed our Quant, but I think Quant has a lot to, can provide a lot of value. I'm not sure if we're necessarily in a rush to do anything here. GG. All right. Cool. So yeah, board control, effective power. You saw this is what effective power looks like, and then our creature control did its job keeping the board clear, and then just lets us reap and gain value off of our reap effects. I think that's one of the things I'm missing in Unpublished Quantum. There's not a lot of reap effects, so we just reap, and it's a little bit obviously slower, grindier game. And our opponents aren't nearly as forced to interact with us as I would like. Yeah, Quixo, Quant, Medic are all Quixo and Quant are probably the most things that need to get removed because they do extra stuff. And then Medic, while it doesn't play extra cards, it makes our board, it increases the effective power essentially. So that's part of the reason why Medic is such a high threat, is that it lets us keep using things like Quant and CXO. So yeah, I'll leave the game. I'll not pick on, I'll play somebody else. I'm going to, I guess I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I think we can do Jones one more time. And then we'll save the Worlds Collide for one of. But the Worlds Collide deck, there's a reason why. So normally, sorry, we'll save the AOA deck for last. This looks very familiar. We're going second. We can, wow, I'm going to mulligan. This Imperium would be really good if I could play it after the Daughter. I don't really, guess I could, maybe I'll keep this hand. I get to exalt the Odak, and I get to ward both the creatures. Not necessarily what I want. There's no taunt. There's no Tabers. There's only the Daughter. That's really hoping we hit a Titan Guardian. There's Red Alert. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, that's a little bit better. I'm happy to have an excuse to play Daughter turn 1. Logos, we'll cut Threat Research and just play our cards. Cool, not too bad. Positron Bolt and Graft or whatever. It's really sucks that we're losing. It's really bad that we're gonna lose all of our Amber Control right away, pretty much. I'm kind of hoping Tendrils, sure. Control the Weak. Ooh, interesting. There's not a lot of good options for them. Logos, if they can play 2 disc creatures here. Oh, okay. Sure. That's not the worst for us. Just reap a whole bunch. That's fine. You can reap and draw a card. We will just try and pull farther ahead, make you interact with us. And plus, it's not like this Doctor can fight any of these off the board, so I don't think I'm too worried. All right, I get to draw 2 cards. That's what I get. Reverse time, interesting. Okay, so that means they get their Control the Weak back soon. Yeah. Okay, so I like Saurian here only because I get to play this Imperial. I get to fight. I can fight here and ward our creatures. Although Triumph, if there are no enemy creatures, exalt each friendly creature. Okay, so make sure we don't misuse that. Basically, this red. Ooh, actually, so we know that they drew Control the Weak. Although we will go to 6, and so we can. They will just draw 2 extra cards, but that might not be the worst. We'll stop them from playing Control the Weak, although by having a diversified board, that helps a little bit against Control the Weak. Actually, I'm gonna go Saurian. Play more cards, probably. How do I want to do this? We're gonna play this first. We're gonna deploy left of here. And then we will fight. And we will Imperium. Oh, but whatever. Imperium. I think plan is to Imperium these two just to make it harder for them to get rid of the automaton. And I forgot that I cannot play this card anymore. Should have done that first. I missed out on some amber there. That's super unfortunate. Cool. So now we actually have a lot of Exalt Amber for our Grisk. Pendles of Plane plus Gateway. Okay. Well, they did get one Exalted Amber. They spent a lot of time on that. We'll forge our red key. I guess we have to choose Logos. That's fine. Oh, whoops, I could have played Master. My bad. Wow, I'm just really clicking through stuff. More control weak. Okay, but that's all you did on your last turn, too. So, you know, I hope you're doing something good. Whale Wolf on Big Twig. Oh, interesting. They can get back control a week. That's fine, honestly. I guess they could. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that chance. We have Axiom if we really need it. Red Alert. Oh yeah, they can't even play Control the Weak if they wanted to. Alright. Hopefully they don't miss the stealth mode. Or I don't know what they're gonna do. I would exhaust Tabers if I were them. There you go. Makes sense. Which gets back Control the Weak. Totally fine by me. Do Fairy. Sure. We're gonna go Saurian. Do we go Saurian? Probably. Twin Bolt kills a Dew Fairy. I do want to get. Yeah, Saurian sounds good. What do we want to do? Part of me wants to Phalanx Strike and Imperium. Mostly it kills the witch. Yeah, it does kill the witch. I'm going to take a chance here. I'm gonna. Oh shoot! I was doing the Exalt first. We'll Exalt Tabers, and we'll kill the witch. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna Axiom here. We'll ward these two. Axiom, ward here. Play Golden Spiral. I'm full of misclicks today. Wow, they are super far ahead, but I think we'll be able to pull this off in a minute. They are certainly moving. How do we deal with this? Huh. Play some cards. Blue key. I think the answer is Logos. Starlance isn't too bad. It does get rid of the stun. Although it doesn't give us options to deal with the Quixo or the Mother. I'm gonna pick Logos. I don't like the Quixo. It's fine, you can have that guy on the flank. We're going to start playing some of our value. And we'll eventually wear these cards down. Could be tough. Gargoozle pops our ward, we lose creature that we cared about. Plus Hysteria, okay. Succubus. Terror, okay. Well, good thing we had at least one Amber. We need to get back on the board ASAP. Control the week. Back into Logos. So many control weeks. Alright. Well, we'll do what we can. Okay. I don't think there's anything. If they just reap twice, I think that's it for us. Scrambler Storm, no actions. Did you go to 6? And Mechanic. Well, that's a bit of an out. Let me double check. Do we have Amber Control in any house that we can draw into? No. Right, this deck doesn't have any. We should just concede here. It's like if there's a tribute or something, we could Golden Spiral the Titan Guardian into Titan Mechanic. Draw some cards. Alright, well, that's that. But we don't have anything like that. Great. Andrew Sour. Good. It's always nice to play a different Andrew. So we're going to switch over to my Genka deck. So this one, Key Abduction, March of Generosity, Collector Worm with some good stuff. That's what this deck is good for. Lots of board control. Basically, it's like heavily distract your opponent with Collector Worms and try and set up for Martian Generosity. I think I will keep this hand. I'm going to start Mars. I'm going to start the Collector Worm. I don't expect to use it. My plan next turn is like Nature's Call and play these, just play all these cards next turn. And then I'll leave a slot. Actually, I don't need to leave a slot open for the Grey Rider. Eddie? Ooh. Don't really want Nature's Call that. I'm still gonna go with the plan though. It's fine, I guess. I'm worried about positioning Logos a little bit. We'll play There Everywhere. Play Nature's Call. I think actually that's it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Eddie can hang on the board. We're not threatening to do anything anytime soon. So yeah, this is what the deck does. Collector Worm plus Smite and Grey Rider. This Collector Worm is going to collect a lot of things coming up. Fortunately, we lost their Nature's Call, which is super important against Saurians. Oh, Axiom. That's fine, I guess. Nothing to be done there. Interesting, they didn't ward the Eddie. Oh, okay, that's why. What's the best way to deal with this? I guess broke the marked. The Smite isn't gonna do enough. Oh, we'll get there. Go Sanctum. We're gonna lose a lot of cards that we need, but play this. Smite. Pop the ward. This is a May effect. You may ready. Alright, so we'll play this creature on the right. And we will not use its effect because we don't want to just lose the mark for no good reason. And hopefully they don't come at us and we can do some of this nonsense. Mostly play the Pampaka over here, give our Rook a little bit more breathing room. we do get to Darna, which is going to be cool. Also, good beam buckler. Yeah, this beam buckler. So what I'm thinking about right now, they're everywhere is going to deal at least 1 point of damage here, and then beam buckler can hopefully just finish it off. Dr. Millie, it's unfortunate, but it makes sense. I really was hoping there's no reason for them to have put their daughter on the flank. So they're everywhere would have taken care of it, but nothing we could do about that. At this point, I guess I could. I'd have to kill the Millie first, and I don't really have the means to do so in Untamed. So they're gonna get to. They got another ward. Where'd they get a ward from? Oh, the hologram phone. Yikes. Okay. Well, this is rough going. Play there everywhere. We will return the hologram phone to their hand. Play Darna. Go up to 6 ourselves. And make all of our creatures big creatures. Alright, Raygun will do hopefully good work at jumping over these wards. That's what I'm hoping for at this point. So if that's the case, Beam Buckler is going to kill Daughter. Tricerian Legionnaire wards Tricerian Legionnaire. Okay. A Ludo. Interesting. Not making this easy. Tribute. Wow. Okay. And then they... Oh, I thought they were going to trade for sure. Not give us the opportunity to... Sorry, not give us the opportunity to get our Amber back. They're in check. I see how it is. What can I do about this? Not much. I guess they just get it. I need to find a solution to the Ludo. Beam Buckler can't quite do enough. Or no, yeah, Beam Buckler can move this to the flank, but then I can't fight. Is the problem. If that's the case, I'd rather move Ludo to the flank. Let them keep their daughter, unfortunately, but I need to get rid of this Ludo before I lose this Amber. The right flank. Cancel. Play this card on the right. We will archive this card. We will choose. Ooh, I can purge this one. So we'll stun here. Great. I missed that they had one in their archives. I guess that makes sense because they're Eddie. Play a Shockworm. We will upgrade our Buckler, I think is the most likely one to live, that they at least want to kill. Then we can start popping some of these elusive creatures that are hidden behind wards and taunt. So they did get a key first. They are going back into Saurian. They're reaping everything, and they're missing that the Shockworm is stunning all their stuff. They're just opting the race. That's fairly reasonable. So my next turn is probably just going to be Sanctum here. And I'll pop this Combat Pheromones to reap with the Beam Buckler to kill the Quester. This is my current plan. Protect the weak plus a bond here should give Rook the Marked enough armor. Go fight first. Wow. Axiom. Okay, well. Plans are best laid plans. We're struggling to find the answers that we want. So, Sanctum. How many times are we going to fight? I can't, no matter what I do, Matthias the Fierce is not going to be able to fight enough to get to these creatures, so we'll just have to wait a minute on the one stood against money. No. We'll play this upgrade here. Yeah, play this creature on the right. We'll play Rathias to the right of that. In this case, I don't really feel like taking an extra 2 points of damage, so I guess I will just reap. At least all their stuff is stunned. We will indeed end our turn because we can't use anything with combat pheromones. Cool, so we got our Martian Generosity, although we are super far through our deck. It's going to be tough to catch up here, but hopefully we draw enough cards, we get back to our Collector Worm or something and start dealing with this problem. Eddie, archive the card, that's fine. Hologram phone's back. Pet Threat Research. Oh, they let us forge. Oh no, we don't forge. Ooh, okay, yeah, we're gonna go Mars. No. We're gonna play the Martian Generosity. And then we play the Key Abduction. I would like to forge a key, thank you. Great. I think we will continue to beam buckle Ludo. Is that right? Yeah. Cancel. We're gonna play this on the left flank because we don't care about protecting it. Although I guess there's taunt everywhere. The right. You're going to play the Collector Worm on the right. I would like to let's Containment Field the Eddy. So that way when they reap or do whatever with the Eddy, we get rid of it. We're just gonna ignore this taunted creature. I guess we can get back our Amber eventually. I did mess up. I should have played the Buckler later and left the Proliferator. Let the Proliferator hang out underneath one of these taunted creatures. Although I guess they don't really have a board. So I'm playing this on the right flank because we have the Pampaka, which eventually we could draw into and protect over there. Yes, that is all I want to do. Combat Pheromones. Alright, so now we have our dream team assembled of one stood against many and all of our smites to make this Collector Worm really shine. So that is the current plan. Ugh. Lots of hologramophones. Hologramophones for days. Eddie. Okay, interesting. I think I picked Sanctum. I'm going to Sanctum. Yeah, Sanctum, pop Combat Pheromones to use Proliferator and Worm. And then I'll just start eating their board. Is my game plan. I think I'm going to hold on to the one stood against money because we have these smites. I don't really want Collector Worm is going to have to do a lot of work here. It's going to take 5 damage at least from this fight. Or first fight takes 5 damage from this fight. That's unfortunate. Then it needs to take another 5 from this fight. Should be 10, which is maxes it out. We can give it 1 extra armor. We can give it 2 armor. It goes up to 8. That's maximum, so we can't actually get both this turn. So we'll go for Ludo, and then maybe the Jargogel. Okay, so here we go. We're going to Smite, Collector Worm. Actually, shoot, I did this wrong. I probably definitely could have just fought with, like, Rathias. Ugh. You know what? I'm gonna fight the Beam Buckler. into Ludo. I don't care about the Beam Buckler. Okay. Minor misplay. I'm full of them. We will smite once again. Here, get our amber back. Then Rathias, or Maruk the Marked here, wants to take 2 more points of damage. It has 3 armor, so it can fight here, perhaps this, and then we'll Healing Blast it. We will give it, could have gave it more amber, could have captured more. Actually, no, they didn't have any amber to capture. And then Maruk the Marked number 2 will come off to the left. We're just gonna reap. Oh, they probably have too much to protect, don't they? They do. Great. Well, I lose this game because too much to protect. Pop this. Use Proliferator. And I don't know. Stormcrawler. Done. Stormcrawler is gonna reap. We're gonna get back the abduction. Sounds reasonable to me. I think if they don't have too much to protect, then I think we just win with key abduction. If they do have too much to protect, then we just kind of lose. We're gonna fight here, and we will end our turn. So we're on Mars still. No, we're not. All right, end our turn. We use basically every single card on the board. They pick Shadows right now, or Logos, and too much protects under Jargogle. Plays Bad Penny. No safety in numbers. Okay. Use Mines. Oh, they didn't have too much to protect. Great. So if we pick up the so I have 2 cards to our hand, I'll go to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus 7? Yeah. Mars. Yes. Yeah. Reap. Get back Generosity in case I did my math wrong. Reap. Reap. And that is Genka. So they have time for one more. But yeah, lots of board control. Basically all these decks should be playing about the same. Eventually build up a board that your opponent can't deal with because they just don't have creatures on the board. Interesting. Just build up our own board we'll just grind them out. And that is the game plan. And went on. We got a lot of tempo that we can get to build off the key abduction plan. What is this? Oh, copy game chat to clipboard. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. Martian Generosity is in our opening hand, but we don't have a lot of Mars to go with it right now. We're going first. We do have a nice setup here. I'll keep the hand. I don't expect them to be bursty at all. Still gonna go Sanctum. I'm gonna start with Maruk the Marked. Although maybe I was thinking that Maruk the Marked, in case they do anything that requires, like, say they play a Twin Bolt, we get to capture because they don't have any other choice. So I was thinking, oh, interesting. They only played 1 card. Sanctum. I'm gonna play this Doorstep. And we're gonna basically defend all of our creatures, make our Maruk nice and fat in armor, and hopefully we'll just get there. I know Maruk normally picks up the Protect the Weaks in this deck, just because it holds armor. It's like a lot of my Amber control in this deck until Doorstep can get them. So maybe it would have been better to perfect. Uh, maybe what I was thinking is that leaving Merc the Marked underneath taunt wasn't really worth it because he's going to get taunt eventually, and I'd rather have a taunt slot on the left for Pimpaka Anga here. And they're just really not playing cards. A little strange. This is actually pretty good. I almost really don't want this Marvel Swarm here. If they can get rid of this Marvel Swarm for me, that would be really helpful. Odak, sure. I guess I could get rid of the Marvel Swarm myself. Wow. Look at them go. Okay. What can I do about this? I can go Sanctum. I'm thinking go Sanctum. Play this upgrade here. If I reap, it goes to 3 power plus 2. It's 5 power. Not quite enough, but I do get to pop stuff. A little, not really quite getting what I want. Let's see. The Rathias the Fierce can fight. Yeah, I'm gonna reap with Rathias. I'm just gonna keep my creatures alive. We're gonna fight here. Rathias survives. I pop their wards, and that's about all I can hope for. Wow, look at we just kind of drew everything. So what's that? We go up to 6. We'll draw some cards. It's okay. So we'll draw 12 cards. And that'll be -1. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 plus 12. That's 15. That's just enough to forge a key on our next turn. If I did my math right. 12, 13, 14, 15. 9 plus. Yeah, perfect. Or sorry, no, we're not drawing 12 cards. We're drawing 10 cards. We're not quite there yet. We can probably. Drawing 10 sounds really good, regardless. Maybe I can afford to fight Rathias once again, and then a Healing Blast. Get some Amber back. Not really care about what they're doing. I do just want to play a bunch of cards though. And drawing a bunch of cards is probably totally worth it. Right, so we're gonna go up to 5, so we'll draw 10, and then we'll have 14 cards total. Which is just 1 shy. And we won't have any way to protect our proliferator. I'm just justifying not going to Mars, honestly. So we're gonna go Sanctum once again. We'll fight here. I think I'd rather Healing Blast the Maruk, honestly. But I think I'm just gonna reap. Healing Blast. We're gonna go up to 8. Maybe that's a little too aggressive. I don't expect them to pull us down off of check from 8. We could do it. Oubliette. Alright, they're in shadows. They certainly are gonna try. I guess they could also pop their Signal Fire and start fighting. I guess Merc could fight Calpine. Or sorry, oh yeah, Merc could fight. It's +2 power. I forgot about the Pampaka here. Yeah, I probably should. I think next turn I have to fire this off no matter what, even if they don't pull us off check. We'll have 2 Amber again, so we'll go up to 4. We'll draw 8 cards. we'll just have to deal with it. It might even be worth holding on to the proliferator at that point because it's not really going to hurt us. We can hopefully find a safer time to replay it. Dust Runner on NARP, sure, man. Neck Lifter, they're trying. I mean, we'll have to deal with the NARP. Actually, we just put Containment Field on the NARP. And then we don't have to worry. Then they get to steal one, but the Dust Runner will go away. Forge a red key, we're gonna go Mars. Play the combat pheromone. So if that's our plan, we're just gonna play the key abduction this turn. Just draw as many cards as possible. If we're playing too many things, let's just get all the information we can. There's our Nature's Call, which could actually be really good. Could replay the NARP. Force them to replay the NARP sounds good. So maybe we don't need to Containment Field it. Alright, so although we do want to protect our worm here, and NARP is really the only thing on the board that can deal with it. So we will make it difficult for them, or we can actually, what do we want to do? We want to, I was thinking we could purge one of our cards here. Darna is interesting. They're everywhere. Might be the least impactful card. We can stun the NARP, and then we can Containment Field. I think I'm getting, yeah, I need to stun the NARP, even if I put Containment Field on it, because the NARP can still just fight. So I'm gonna get rid of the they're everywhere. Or maybe the post pixies? Yeah, I'm gonna go actually post pixies. Wow, okay. Guess they got tired of me making decisions. Alright, well, I'm not sure if I really have enough time for another game. But yeah, so this is the final deck. High in effective power, or high in effective power and high in creature control. More of the same. Solid. So basically, so if you have these decks that are high in these stats, they need to have a game plan on how to actually win. They'll do a good job at essentially stopping your opponent from reaping, and for the most part, that's good enough to beat Worlds Collide. Most of the time, it's also controls a lot of things like Eddy or the Mustic Murmuks or things like that. So that's what these kind of that's what creature control does, and then effective power is just depends on the set. High effective power and Worlds Collide could translate to having really good reap effects like Medic and Starlines, that kind of stuff. So you get really good. So like the one deck, the W Jones that we saw, right? This one here. You convert your high effective power into CXO Tabor's activations essentially, and try your best to play out the game and just speed through your deck essentially. And you use Medic and Taunt and stuff to set that up. Just get good creature activations. High effective power translates to good board usage, essentially. And then there's the creature control is essentially stopping your opponent. Hopefully, stops your opponent from interacting with the board that you're trying to set up. These decks are high effective power tends to be weak against axioms and board wipes kind of stuff, as we saw a couple times when we got axiomed. But they're also slightly resilient to it. Depends on the deck. Unpublished Quantum 26 creature deck is highly resilient to axioms or board wipes. So when you're going up against an opponent, you kind of have to be aware of, like, try and be a little bit more cautious of using board wipes when they have only a couple of extra creatures. If you're going up against the deck like Unpublished Quantum, if you can afford to, like, so especially the Unpublished Quantum, it doesn't have good reap effects, so you don't really, there's not a strong incentive to remove a bunch of creatures until maybe once they get like 4 or 5 creatures of the same house out, or like say the Hunting Witch is out and about and you don't have any other way to interact with it. Decks like T Harmon, or sorry, W Jones is a lot more susceptible to board wipes. I lose my CXOs, this deck loses a lot of its functionality. Or if it doesn't draw the taunts in the right order, it could also be really damaging for its ability to protect the CXOs and the other stuff. And then finally we had Armin T, the 7th, Never Phantom. So instead of converting board advantage into creatures and Amber, this deck converts board advantage into slowing your opponent down and then building up for a combo turn. So that's essentially what board control or creature control and effective power do. Let you have a threatening board that forces your opponent to interact with you, and then if your opponent's too worried about interacting with your board, then they're not progressing their own game plan. And then by having creature control, it helps synergizes with the effective power by making it more difficult for them, forcing them to have actions essentially that deal with our board. So yeah, I hope that was informative. Hope you guys learned a lot. With that, thank you and good night or good morning. I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. I'm not sure what the subject for tomorrow is, but I will see you tomorrow. I have YouTube videos started going out this week. If you're interested in watching Adaptive Prime Championships, the first, I just released a round 1 video yesterday at 10 in the morning. Today round 2 is going to go out tomorrow, every day this week except for Thursday, which would be round 4. Because I didn't record it because I'm messed up. There's gonna be a new round with no commentary during the weekdays, and then on Saturday or Sunday, I'm gonna release all the top 8 games that with commentary on my channel at 10 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in watching some adaptive games. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Oh, time to find someone to raid. That is the thing that I should be doing. Let's take a look on who's active. Hey Mortimus, you just get here? Yeah, I'm sorry. But YouTube. One day I will fine. I'll double check just the end for anyone who's just coming. Let me switch over to the nice view for this. We'll get rid of Chrome. This right here, lovely box of Coda decks. They're not all mine, but most of them are. Again, giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway. It's fine. It happens. Today is not your normal Keyforge day, so. But yes, box of many decks is now the box of giveaway decks for the most part. At the end of every month, so every week, it would be really cool if people found the biggest misplays of the week that I made on my stream, and at the end of the month I will collect all of them and send all the decks out. So if you found what I agree with as the biggest misplay of the week, you will get a deck. That's just the basic. That's if multiple people submit the same mistake to me, I'll do raffle off. If multiple people submit the same biggest mistake to me of the week, and then I'll raffle off between those people. It is obviously subjective to what I think the biggest misplay of the week is, but whatever. You submit by send me. You can tweet it at me. Yeah, sorry. Find the clip it on Twitch, and send me the. You can tweet at me or throw it at any of the discords that I'm in, preferably the Repap Discord because there it is, that one. Because that's the team. Got to promote them, but I'm in your Discord if you really want to send it to me there. If the whole real big premise of this is I'm not perfect. I would like to get better, and if we can all get better together by learning from my mistakes, ideally. Yeah. So yeah, tweet at me or send me a Discord. Also, if anyone's watching this on YouTube, I will do part of the reason why it's at the end of the month and the end of these month cycles is it gives me a little bit more time to get this stuff up on YouTube. Send me a link with at the timestamp, and all of these I would greatly appreciate if you could. You don't have to. You can leave it up to me to try and figure out what the misplay is that you're looking at. But it would be greatly if you you did X when you should have done Y because of Z. that would be great. And then if you want to go the extra mile, you can even add in a. I think you could prevent yourself from doing. You could try and prevent yourself from making that error in the future by doing something else. Like it could just be something as simple as take more time to like read all the cards on the board or something like that. Just anything. Identify the mistake, why it actually is a mistake, and how we can improve. That's critical thinking, classroom etiquette, or the goal of all classrooms, right? Is improve our critical thinking skills and how do we improve ourselves in the thing we're trying to learn about. So yeah, end of the month, I'm gonna review all this stuff. You can make more than welcome to make one submission per week per person. So there's 4 submissions. Anyone can win 4 decks. But yeah, that's the deal. I guess actually no, you guys, yeah, you can only win one time per week. But you can submit, yeah, normal. Yeah, go ahead, submit as much as you want. Point out every little thing I've ever done because that's really the goal. I don't want you to be like no. Maybe that's not good enough. Yeah, however you want to put in, I don't care. I already have reviewed some of the stuff and I have some ideas of. Week 1 was a little rough. There were some definitely big mistakes out there. Yeah, but yeah, so that's the plan. Maybe one day I'll create a compilation video or something, or maybe I'll just release a YouTube video. This is probably what I'm thinking at this point of all the biggest mistakes of the month, and just a little bit less. Do maybe something a little bit more scripted, and maybe I can find some sort of commonality between all of them. But either way, that's the plan for these boxes for most of these decks, I think. Then yeah, that's about it. Oh, rating time. That's what I was doing, and came over here, and I need to give my giveaway spiel one more time. All right, so who is available to raid? Not Mortivus, unfortunately. Following live. Actually, you know what? We've got. To me, it looks like just going optimal. Again, I mean, they're great. I love them. They're also very. They're on Magic, but they are a Magic channel, but they are also highly dedicated to learning and getting better at Magic. And this channel, I'll give the spiel about them one more again. Last time I sent you over there, they are a channel that is all about how do I optimize my time in Magic the Gathering Arena, so I spend as little money or in-game currency as possible for the most part, and get to play it as much as I can for free and without having to grind as much as necessary. That's really the goal. I think the goal is to try and focus on drafting, which is Keyforge. If you're not familiar with it. Also, this guy is a past host to one of my favorite Magic podcasts about trying to get better. Definitely, I really respect this guy's opinion on a lot of stuff. So if you want to learn to get better at Magic, he's also a really good source for that. And I really like the plan, the goal of the channel. So we're gonna head over there. Yeah. So thank you and good night.